Scrapper's making his way out, and with his help, we're going to show you just how incredible the saltwater crocodile really is. They're not that evil, ugly monster that the media and politicians would have you believe. This amazing animal's been on the planet for over 200 million years, and all we have to do is follow a few simple rules and we can live harmoniously alongside them. So basically, when you're up in Northern Australia, you do the very opposite of what you see Nero and myself do today. Now, standing too close to the edge of the water is a big mistake, but getting into the water, of course, gets this animal's attention. And now he's all fired up. He's all yours. Good luck, mate. Cheers, mate. Look at the fish. Did you grab that, Nick? I just dropped that next to his head. No way. That was a good feed. So, he was keen and he struck out real fast. So when he means it, he can go from the tip of his nose to the base of his tail. Pretty much what he did then, but I reckon to get him even more fired up, get back in the water, Nick, splash around again. Let's see if you can get food in his mouth. Alright, see what happens. Now, naturally, in the wild, these guys would base their movement on vibration. So he doesn't want to show himself, because as soon as an animal coming down to the edge of the water gets a glimpse of a crocodile, there is no chance they're going to jump in or get there and get their head in the water for a bit of a drink. And Scrapper knows this, but he has time on his side. He can hold his breath for over 7 hours at a time. It's absolutely unbelievable, right? He doesn't need to eat every day, every week, or even every month. Mate, I'm in your water. See if I can spin him around a little bit. Yeah, you can give him a clap, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? Now, we are a little bit biased, but I honestly think they are one of the most amazing animals that Mother Nature has ever created, because for over 200 million years he's been doing exactly what he's doing today. He's got that breath hold, he's got the greatest jaw pressure of any animal on the planet. He can swim at the cruising speed of a dolphin, and he is the largest animal in his ecosystem. He's top of the food chain. His role is absolutely vital. Now, you've seen him strike from the edge of the water a couple of times. Nero needs to change his underpants after that first strike. But Nero's going to show you another hunting technique that these guys will use out in the wild.
Yeah, let's try this again, see if we can get a piece of food in his mouth. So, we call this a tail walk. What he's going to do is launch vertically upwards, straight up and out of the water. So he's pretty keen on trying to show us. So he's got his feet planted on the base of the pond, he's got a bit of a kink in his tail, he's angled his head upwards, locked onto any movements over the water's edge, and once he knows he's got a good chance of striking up and grabbing it, he'll build up that power, strike up and grab whatever's overhanging the water. So that might be a possum or a flying fox, even a bird that's flying too low the river system. He can tail walk over half his body length and grab it, like pluck it mid-flight. So he's amazing at doing the tail walk. Now big fella, want another one? There he goes again. So people have been taken by that tail walk method. So you've got to keep that in mind, and you can't overhang the water around crocodiles. Go for it.
And he's still staring at the tail walk around.
Come on, Scrapper.
Yeah. Alright, now we're going to see if we can get Scrapper out one more time. Because everybody's got an uncle who tells them they've been chased down off the back of their Land Cruiser by a crocodile. Just not the truth. These guys are really not designed for locomotion on hard solid ground. It's here at the edge of the water and in the water that is dangerous. So we'll see if we can put that myth to bed. Right, so there's his strike range. That there, he can do in the blink of an eye. But you can see now I'm walking backwards quicker than he can sprint forwards. Oh boy. Yeah, he is absolutely awesome. He's such a beautiful little crocodile. And he's one of our favourites. He's actually the son of Agro. So if you've been out in the park, Agro, one of Steve's favourite crocodiles. He's absolutely nuts. He hated Steve. He's the crocodile that used to grab the lawnmowers and drag him into the water, one of them anyway. This is the son of Agro, and he's inherited all of that aggression. But even as cranky as he is and as fast as he is, he's only a few metres away from me, and he's really not making any attempt to chase me down.
And just to put my money where my mouth is, I could probably sit in front of Scrapper, maybe even lie down, not for very long. And he's not really making much of an effort to get towards me, but if I get closer to his water, start making my way back to a space where he knows that he's got the advantage. If I get back here, he thinks he's got a chance. This is where he's king. And as long as we remember that when we're up in Northern Australia, we can stay safe, because these guys, like I said, they've been out in those ecosystems, through those equatorial climates, all over the world, and these guys are at the top of the food chain. They regulate the balance of the ecosystem. Every animal up in Northern Australia is reliant on these apex predators to retain that level of health and biodiversity. We ourselves rely on the health of those ecosystems to keep ourselves alive. So it's something that we urge you all to do. It's not necessary to love them as much as we do, but you do need to give this animal the respect that it deserves. And that's one of the reasons that this Crocoseum was built. Steve himself had that mission of trying to change people's perception of this amazing animal. We don't want you to fear them, we just want you to have an understanding and appreciation for the incredibly important role that they do play. Now, we've got a bit of a special treat for you, because there's a few of you here today, and Scrapper's pretty fired up, but I think we can get him even more fired up. And Nero here, this is the second time he's done this. He's one of the most senior croc crew, and the last thing you do is start to do what he's about to do. So if you can imagine, he's a feral pig down at the edge of the water. Crocodile strikes out, grabs that pig on the head, and then will drag it back into the water to overpower it. Because like I said, Scrapper can hold his breath for 7 hours, but if that pig starts to put up a little bit of a fight, then Scrapper, of course, will death roll. There we go. Give it up for Nero, guys. That is awesome. Second death roll. Awesome. Yeah, you got to remember how much fun this is for Scrapper. An amazing amount of stimulus, the same sort of hunting behaviour that you would utilise in the wild, and it's great exercise for a crocodile in a captive environment. 3, give it up for Nero, guys. It's absolutely killing it. Scrapper's having the ball. You can see he's got his eyes closed just to make sure that if that animal is putting up a fight, he doesn't get any damage to himself. All he's doing is putting that 3,500 pounds per square inch closing jaw pressure into holding onto that food item. And that death roll is designed to disorientate the animal. If it's at the edge of the water, it's to flip it off its feet. Oh, he's going to go again. Scrapper gets his lunch. Give up the Scrapper, of course, for Nero. Unbelievable work. Scrapper gets his lunch. To me, he's the happiest crocodile in the zoo at the moment. Right, Nero needs a change of underwear and a bit of a breather, so I'll have a bit of a chat. Now, we don't expect you all to leave the zoo today loving crocodiles as much as we do. We are absolutely fanatical. But like I said, if you leave with just that little bit more respect and appreciation, that's really all we can ask. Now, there's one bloke who loved crocs with everything he had, and that was Steve-O up there on the big screen. No secret to anyone. He passed all that passion and enthusiasm onto everyone that you see working at the zoo today. So it's with that in mind, we'd love to thank you all for coming here today and helping us to keep Steve's dream and this planet alive. Now, we've got a bit of a special treat because Scrapper here might struggle to get home, so I think we need to elicit a bit of a territorial response. Who would like to see Nero to jump in the water and swim Scrapper home? I'd like to see that. Who'd like to see that? Sorry, the crowd has spoken.
It's the only logical way. Here we go.
Alright, now for those of you who have missed out on the feed, we'll be coming back here in a minute for a second croc feed, so hang around if you want. I'd like you to appreciate that you've just experienced something you can see nowhere else on planet Earth. Thanks so much for being here today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Give it up for Nero.